Alright, it's time for Valkyrie no Densetsu, or Legend of Valkyrie. She's not a Valkyrie, she's just a heavenly warrior who's named Valkyrie. And this goddess is going to send us down to Earth to get the golden seed to save the world. So, we head out with our winged helm and go on an adventure. We're going to pick up some coins along the way for shopping. If you attack just as a spear or a boomerang gets to you, you can deflect it. Flying monkeys! There's going to be a lot of flying monkeys. Take our time here so we don't get hit by jumping lizards. And now we fight Demon Mini-Boss. Look at that jerk! He's just straight up beating up that villager. Alright, so we confront him, he turns into a lot of mirror images, and now we gotta beat him up. We were lucky! We got the correct mirror image. Alright. Don't worry, little villager, just walk it off. We'll hop across this bridge with her. And she gives us our first power-up. This never got localized to English, so you just sort of have to know what's going on. It's mostly speaking the universal language of video games and video game logic, except for a couple riddles. So now we have the Sword of Light. Now we fire off these balls of energy, which makes it even easier to kill goblins. There we can see a hut that didn't make it. There's been some bad stuff happening in this town. There's evil trees. So down here at the bottom left, we talk to the old Baba, the old witch, who gives us our first spell. So down at the bottom left, you see there's some hearts, and now there's some bubbles. The demon could make mirror images, and now we can make mirror images. So I can summon a mini-me. This is the shopkeeper. His name is Zool. We're going to buy several things over the course of the game. First, the wide shot. There is no Dana in this game, only Zool. Alright, we'll let these rocks finish bouncing around. And... whoa! Rocks! Rocks! This game likes showing off sprite scaling. So there's a slightly vertigo-inducing thing if you look at the ground way down there, especially as we jump. It even shifts a little bit as we're mid-jump. Alright, so over to the right. If you stand right on the upper lip of the chest, then you pick up things just as they're popping out of the chest. That's another power-up. It is a triple shot, which will activate after we use up the current power-up. After you do some number of attacks, your current power-up gets used up. Alright, we're gonna kill these flying monkeys and walk past this little mini Big Ben clock. And now there's a secret. Now you know it. There's a chest back there. And let's hop in here. Summon a mini-me. Summon another one. And take this guy apart. He's about as hard as you would expect the first boss to be on the first stage out of a game that has 8 stages. So Valkyrie and her weird lizard friend, who's the player 2 character, have recovered the golden seed, but that's just the start of their journey. Stage 1 was Sandland, and now we're going to stage 2, which is the Land of Flames. This game has branching paths, so already we can go left or we can go right. We're gonna go left. We don't need to shop for anything right there. There's a bunch of burrowed zerglings to kill. And here we start to see the power of jumping away and then turning back and attacking. We can get some distance while still dishing out lots of damage to these guys. That's going to be important on evil logs later, and it's especially important on the last boss. So speaking of logs, it's log this log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood, it's on your back, it's good for a snack. It's better than bad. It's good! Alright, evil monkeys, and after evil monkeys, here's... Hey, it's evil version of Cybalion! Yeah, so if you know where to stand, that dragon is no problem. If you're unprepared, he'll probably knock you off and make you sad. There's a very important spell up here past this poor guy. Oh! Alright, lost a heart. We're good. We're good. Here we get the Cyclone spell, which is basically just a big old explosion. That's our go-to magic for a lot of the rest of the game. It only costs half a bubble, and it does a little bit of damage to everything on the screen, and even things that are slightly off-screen. So it's good. It's legit. The spells vary in their usefulness. One more Cybalion evil dragon to kill, and then we continue our hopping along. Speaking of branching paths, this second stage has 3 versions of the final boss. We will be fighting the hard version because it has the best reward. We'll head up to the right, talk to the shopkeeper, just to despawn some enemies. Alright, and now it's time to worry about flaming logs! This game is made by Namco. They're the same people who made Splatterhouse, which is coming up later in the marathon, and Splatterhouse also has bouncing flaming logs. So I think there might have been some guy at Namco who's like, you know what would be a great enemy? Bouncing flaming logs! Let's put them in every game! Everyone else was like, yeah, okay, I'd be afraid if I saw a bouncing flaming log flying at me. Alright. And we're gonna use some safety strats here. We're gonna pretend to cast a spell, and then change our mind, because while you're holding down attack to select a spell, you're invincible. That's kind of cheesy, but for Marathon 1cc safety, that's what we're gonna do. As we beat up the Antlion on loan from Secret of Mana. More vertigo-inducing drops. And now going to the right here is how we're going to get to the hard version of the boss. Now we're on our Seeker weapon. This is pretty good, except that every once in a while it seeks after the wrong thing. Alright. Try to avoid falling to our doom. Pretty good. And we're gonna want a couple of little helpers. There's one helper, 2 helpers. And now we just go here, turn diagonally, and start some sweet, sweet mashing. He was no match for our mashing. And then that book gives us extra bonus bubbles. Alright, after Land of Flames, we come to level 3, the Magma Cave. And if you know your video game logic, you might know that where there's a magma level, there's going to be an ice level later. We'll go ahead and stock up, because we're going to get a lot of money later on this stage. This stage is more scary for the obstacles and the flames than it is for the monsters. There's plenty of opportunities to fall into lava. There's a little bit of a secret door there, and a slightly more secret door here. Then this girl has been hanging out in this little cave with no apparent source of oxygen, waiting to give us a power-up. So, we'll take it. Again, there's branching paths here. If we'd gone another way, we would take a path where we get the big spell. Valkyrie has had a lot of cameos in later games. One notable cameo. She's in Project Cross Zone, where she's an assist character. So you may have seen her there. She also was in a Famicom game, an early NES game. But this is her big time to shine. And you'll notice that as she's turned to the side, you can see her Valkyrie profile. Alright, here we're gonna blow up a bunch of these fire guys, and then talk to our friend Moneybags the Ninja. The Ninja drops serious amounts of money. We get up to 5,000 gold, that's all we can hold in our wallet right now. And now we're going to creep up here on the right and be careful not to fall into the pit trap. There's one pit trap. There's more to come. There's another one. Up here there's some goblins to worry about. And one more set of pits. Alright, now there's some evil Chinese New Year's dragons up here. We want to kill them at range so they don't cause trouble. There we go. In the first few levels, blue chests are all trapped, and green and red chests are all good. And then later on, they mix it up. We got a heart, which gives us an increased life max, and that is very important. Alright, sometimes these statues forget to wake up, and sometimes they do wake up. So it's best just to be prepared. Do some platforming. I don't think I mentioned already, but it goes without saying, this game has some hot jams. This stage may be my favorite, but there's a lot of good ones. More evil Chinese New Year dragons! Alright, just to be safe, we're gonna buy the herb and refill one life or one heart of life. That's what I'm trying to do. We'll use Cyclone once, fire off a bunch of seeking attacks, blow off one arm, shoot at the head. This is a very beatable boss. You have just a couple seconds to grab all the treasure. One over here, and then one way over here. You have to hustle before the stage ending triggers. And that is stage 3. On stage 4, we come to the Golden Castle. We'll do some speedrun strats here. We don't want to have to worry about these boats on the right and the left. So we'll just cruise on past. Hey, Lord BBH! I thought your block was over. Alright, here we have a riddle. And if you don't speak Japanese, this is tricky, but you can just memorize the correct shape of the bushes. If you answer it wrong, they take one full heart of life. Now we do some speedrun strats. You can probably see there's an hourglass there at the bottom. Every stage has a time limit. This is the first stage where that time limit is at all relevant. It's basically just this stage and the last stage where you're gonna run out of time unless you're really taking time and leeching. Alright, let's show off some more awesome scaling. Look at that scaling! Gaze upon its majesty! Alright, some evil Chinese New Year's dragons. We'll use a couple of bombs or cyclone spells to take care of that. We could chop here, but we're saving our allowance for later in this level where we're going to buy one more heart. What? I disagree with that. I think the ref should check the instant replay. Alright, we'll kill them just as they spawn. Finish those guys off. And now, for dragon heads, we'll take them out at range. Want to be careful not to dawdle along too much, because we can run out of time and then start taking damage. Alright, Juggernaut through here, and one more catapult. Don't worry, there's more There's more sprite scaling to come. We have a rematch with the Antlion. Same strategy as before, same cheap magic use strategy as before. We'll grab all the coins just as they spawn, and then start heading over this way. We'll hustle. Now, we do some very important shopping with Zool, and buy a heart. That sets us up for glory in the last part of the game. Whoa! Please do the thing. There we go. Open one door. Open the other door. Alright. More traps and more goodies. I could just leave those unopened, but it's just, you know, it's part of the fun. Alright. Now this girl gives us a letter, which does us no good today, but in the next level, we'll give it to the witch, and she'll give us the chameleon spell, which is very good later. We'll hop over here, ignore everybody throwing bombs at us, and just talk to this witch. He gives us the spin to win spell. Alright, now we hurry along, take this bridge with no visible means of support, and then we'll take the slide. Whee! That looks terrifying. And we want to stick the landing. Perfect! Now we hustle in here. We see a parrot happy dancing, but they crumble to dust if we talk to them. Here's the boss. You can cast magic. Illusions, Michael! If we're... Oh! Alright, we're getting a little low on time. That sound effect means we're low on the time. But not out of time. Grab our stuff. Alright, that boss can be a little bit harrowing, but we took him out. Alright, now where are we? Faraway Village, that's where we are. We take some speedrun strats up here. Just hop across these ice flows. Take on these evil rams. These guys either spin around and then get back up, or they slide. Look at that guy! Long after you and I are forgotten, he's going to be still sliding along. Now it's the red chests that are trapped in this stage, just to mix it up. And now we face... earthworms! No earthworm gym, just, you know, earthworms. We're gonna ignore them, so rather than attack and use up charges of our power-up, we're just gonna jump around until we time them out, and then we can... yeah, there we go. When the screen unlocks, we can scroll it up again, and just jump past all this icky madness. Oh, we took a hit! Now one obscure piece of tech is that you can only carry 6 power-ups, so I cannot buy anything from this shopkeeper, even if I want to. So, I'll just head over here, and we have a rematch of the worms! Worms Armageddon! Where's the super sheep when you need it, and the ninja rope? Classic, cartoony boing sound effect for the worms. Boing-oing-oing. Boing-oing-oing. Alright. Now, we want to kill the blue things before they get to us. They have a nasty habit of going through walls and trees and whatnot. So, it's good to either mash or know where they're coming from. Alright. here... Yeah, we're still at 6 items, so we can't buy anything even if we wanted to. Now the trick is to go right, and then up, take a left, and then we squeeze through that gap, and then play peekaboo with some goblins down here. Somewhere around here, we spin to win! We must go forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling toward freedom. Yeah, the witch is turning us to the right. We got faked out because we were spinning as we walked in. Now, because we exchanged the letter, we get the chameleon spell. The chameleon spell turns monsters into other monsters, which, when you're fighting the jumbo versions of monsters, is very good. We'll go ahead and cheese our way past these ice blocks and get ready for more ice blocks. Alright, do not get electrocuted. That's important. And now we just mash and kill those. Alright. It was a nice clean stage, and this bouncing yellow thing gives us a 1 heart refill. So we're in pretty good standing going into level 6, the Ice Cave. Also known as Shit Gets Real. This is, mercifully there's no ice physics for us, but this is where things get difficult. When I was routing the 1cc, I spent a long time on this stage. Alright, we'll kill those guys just as they spawn. And then we want to kill these bomb throwers, the mad bombers, what bombs at midnight. Fight bombs with bombs! That was not planned, but I guess it'll work. I don't actually like the bomb power-up, but I picked it up, so now we're stuck with it. Alright. This is a place where it's good to be ready to mash. Kill them off before they actually get to you. Oh! My mashing was insufficient! Alright, there's a jerk here that comes through the wall. But we're ready for him. These things have weird hitboxes, so we're gonna go way around them. Way around them, and over to the left, where we want to avoid getting electrocuted. Avoid getting electrocuted here, and then the change up slow one is just before some robots. The robots are jerks, so we blast them. And then we have one more secret door. Inside, Mr. Crazy Hair is going to give us another power-up, and the power-up is going to be useful as we go through the corridor of many, many logs. There's a lot of logs here. And it's a good time for jumping and then back attacking. We're gonna stay low and just ignore all the logs up top. We're not really paying attention to money anymore because we have only one, I think only exactly one more purchase to make. Yeah, if Valkyrie hasn't attacked for a minute, she gives a good solid 8! Alright, thank you, Zool. We will take Wide Shot. Wide Shot is going to be useful right here for taking out these bombers, who otherwise are a little bit terrifying. Alright, now this next room is ridiculous, but we have a plan. We go in and we jump. We go forward and we magic. We go forward and we magic again. We attack some guys. We deal with weird ice physics. Alright, magic just as this comes through. Oh! The fake out! Yeah, this is for marathon safety. We're just gonna invincibility our way through all these guys. Oh, one more than I remembered. Alright, now this guy is also a place where magic is super powerful. The strategy is we blow up these things he's shooting at us, immediately start charging, and we get magic refills along the way, so we have him on lockdown. If you let him get out of control, he can be trouble. What? No timer? But I actually did the timer the third time. Alright, we're in pretty good shape coming into Stage 7, Northern Land. Yeah, the timer is a grim reminder of our own mortality. Alright, first, we have to kill these guys. They're like a mini version of a boss, which is a classic arcade game trope. It used to be a boss, now it's just a thing you fight during the stage. Now, this is a slightly harrowing jump, and then this next one is even more harrowing. You have to jump straight and then curve. You can't jump diagonal, straight then curve. Alright, come on, New Year Dragon. Jump. Jump. Blast. Blow up that guy. And blow up that guy. Alright. I'll have a little pause. Enjoy the inspiring music. And now we jump. There we go. Alright. Valkyrie's having a pretty good day. Having a good adventure. Now we talk to Sad Elephant. Sad Elephant gives you 3 options. You can face the challenge of the body, the challenge of the mind, or say you don't want to do anything. Challenge of the mind is a block puzzle. You say you want to do nothing, he sends you back to the beginning of the stage and calls you a jerk. So we'll choose the challenge of the body, which is a little combat arena, which is trivialized if we use the chameleon spell to turn these guys into wimpy enemies, and then just fire off one cyclone. Hey, how's it going? And now we see the Northern Lights, we get a health refill, and we jump onward to the final stage. Now we're coming to Stage 8, the Earth's Interior. Now, a flower in the wrong place is just a weed. If it cooperates, we can get a little bit of a magic refill here, which is good because there's multiple places on this level where it's nice to have magic. The truly macho way to run this game is to not use magic at all, which is still possible, much harder. Alright, we're gonna hop across here and go north just a little bit. Not far enough to trigger a mid-boss. Alright, platforming. We're still good. We're still good. Just a little slimy. We're still good. Alright, this is another section where we use speedrun strats. We have no interest in dealing with all this. So we just blow it all up. Alright, it's very important not to get hit here and knocked off the boat. What? respawning robots! This is bad! This is very bad. Alright. I think we lost him. Wow, that could have gone pretty bad pretty fast. It's a good thing we have some life built up in a buffer. Whoa, run away. Okay. That's it. It's time to spin. Twirling toward freedom. We'll just tear through these guys, even though they're giant. Bounce off of this. Circle back around. Alright. Another time bouncing across some boats. Boats are a little harrowing, honestly. Okay. Yeah, we're just making it a little bit more exciting for the viewers at home. Alright, one more time. And let's jump across. Diddly-dee-dee-dee. Alright, there's some serious magic refill. Alright, we'll take out some monkeys. Jump up. We'll attack to the northeast. And the bomb. And now we have a dress! The dress gives you a little bit of health and a little bit of magic, so it's very good. Oh! Come back, Trident! I didn't mean what I said! Alright, that's okay. We didn't need that power-up anyway. Alright, we gotta wait for the next bus. Now we really are on the home stretch. A good time for some serious mashing. The jumbo versions of monsters are way more tanky. Alright, what I think we'll do here is spin to win one more time. We want to be very careful not to despawn these chests. So we don't want to scroll them off the screen. We also don't want to open them because we don't have quite enough control to grab what's inside. Alright, and now Chameleon. And now it's all over! And he's just gonna slide into infinity. Alright. One more magic refill just in time to blow up some flying monkeys. And then we're gonna blow up some more flying monkeys. And we're gonna jump north. Uh-oh. And north. There we go. It's very important to blow up those guys so that they don't throw spears at you and knock you off of the platform. Alright, we're gonna let these guys spawn one more time so that they don't interrupt like a bunch of interlopers while we're fighting the boss. Super cheese strat is to spin up here, and then after the boss triggers, you remain invincible so you can just mash until he's dead. He says, "Welcome! You did a good job coming here, but this shall be your grave!" Alright, we're gonna fight him legitimately. Or at least mostly legitimately. By jumping away and attacking. Now he shows his true form. We're defeating him in hand-to-hand-to-hand-to-hand combat. Whoa! Alright. Home stretch. You got this, Valkyrie! I believe in you! Oh! Oh yeah? What do you think of that? Alright, if you're attacking as the cutscene triggers, Valkyrie repeatedly attacks as she's moving. And that is the 1 credit clear of Valkyrie no Densetsu. And now it's a small world after all, as we see, I think, the staff, plus various friends and monsters from throughout the game. Alright, we get some bonus money as we retrace our steps and see the friends we made along the way. Perhaps the true Valkyrie no Densetsu was the friends we made along the way. A pleasant chiasmatic structure as we go backwards through everything we saw before. Valkyrie holds up her sword, we see these little friends, and they read off the credits. Alright. That was the 1 credit clear. We're gonna read off the last of the credits. Thank you, Spanky Usukawa and Nom Nom. Yeah, so that's Valkyrie no Densetsu. I genuinely recommend it. Alright, 783770 is a pretty solid score. The end. Alright, I think that's it for me. Next up is Ghost Pilot. Dumple out!